Welcome back, everybody. This is Daniel, your host. You're listening to Horror Movie Virgins. I am here today with my lovely wife, Nellie. Nellie, go ahead and say hi.
Howdy. How's it going?
We are here. We're going to be watching a movie that I know is going to fuck with her pretty good. And I'm super stoked because I know she can't hang. And I remember when the last one came out, I was super excited to take her because I know she can't handle. We're going to be watching Halloween Kills. And I'm super excited.
I'm kind of terrified, but let's do it.
So, Nellie, go ahead, tell us about yourself and how you got into horror. Tell us your horror history. Give us a little bit of insight on you.
Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, so growing up, watching horror was pretty terrifying. My grandmother, who is passed now, she absolutely adored anything horror, anything scientific. And she would play these movies for us, and she would fall asleep, and the movie would still be playing, and we'd be absolutely terrified of these movies. I was so small. And then my earliest memory of Halloween, of Michael Myers, was...
The Shape.
I know, The Shape. I was about, oh God, I don't even know, about fifth or sixth grade. That's my earliest memory of him. And this house we lived in at the time was very haunted. I don't know if I've ever told you.
No, you have not told me all the haunted stories.
It was terrible. We would be sitting downstairs and we'd hear footsteps upstairs. We'd be hearing cabinets opening up and closing. We would hear faucets turn on. This place was fucking terrible.
That's awesome. That's funny. That makes a lot of sense now when I fuck with you. I'm like, oh, it's just the ghost story.
No.
Yeah, the electricity's not fucked. It's a ghost. Trust me.
No, it was terrible. And one year she decided, my grandmother, to do a haunted maze kind of, I don't even know what to call it, but basically like a maze, come into the house.
For Halloween, for trick-or-treaters?
For Halloween, yes.
Was it they would come into the actual house?
Into the house and then out the garage.
Oh shit, that's so fucking cool.
It was fucking terrible.
We had a couple like that back home, but they stopped by the time we were in high school. But man, it was so cool to have that in your neighborhood. So
we were the only family that ever did that.
Yeah, so I bet you guys had a lot of people go through.
Yes.
And then dude, I always wondered. Yeah, there are people that did that in back home. I don't want to say where we were from and stuff. Only our people that know us know. But where we were from, just up the street, there were people that did that in their own homes, and I was like, dude, how the fuck do they I don't know, when they lock up the house, this is still in the house. How do they? That means that if it's through the front door, you have to walk through it still.
So all those props were still up, starting and then ending after Halloween.
Oh my God, yeah.
So setting up for the day, it was chaotic. My grandmother decided to dress as Michael Myers, and she was short. She was shorter than me.
Oh man,
yeah, and
awesome.
I'm only 5'1". And she would just be sitting there on the little planter outside, still full dress, full mask, everything, just sitting there, cold blood stared Michael Myers.
Yeah, the blank stare that terrifies everyone. Yeah.
And then I would see her walking around the house doing stuff, and I'm like,
still in costume?
No, out of costume.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh shit, where's Grandma? And then I would see him, the Shape.
Yeah.
Quotations, the Shape, coming out of the fucking backyard, and I'm like, no, that's not Grandma. Who the fuck is that now?
You're fucking Michael Myers. Exactly. The Shape is in my fucking backyard.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And come to find out, years later, it was my mom, my grandma, and my dad switching costumes.
And they're both the same height. Exactly. Your dad's a short motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
awesome.
It was trippy, and then so I remember watching the original Halloween, the John Carpenter one.
Yeah.
At home, with my grandmother, and that shit terrified me.
Yeah.
I did not like that one bit.
That's good.
Especially growing up in that house.
Oh yeah, where you'd see him every year.
Yes.
Wandering the backyard and through the house.
Yes. Not
awesome.
Okay. And I just remember knowing when I went out in the dark and I would go out to throw the trash away or go out to the backyard or whatever.
Oh yeah. And you still have these props set up, mind you, while you're doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just having that eerie feeling, you
Yeah.
know, and you don't know what lurks in the dark.
Oh yeah, I remember. That reminds me, like, one time it was when that new movie, The Peninsula, came out. The one with the zombies. It was like the sequel to Train to Busan. Remember that Korean one? Yeah, we watched it, and then you were like, "Can you take the dog out?" And I did, and it was foggy as shit. Like where we live, it's snowy, rainy, it gets foggy.
We
it's
get
the
all
winter.
4 seasons.
Yeah, we get all the seasons, so it's foggy, and I'm walking the dog around the block. Also, because we live in like a rural area, I would say there's no street lights, so it's pitch black. I'm walking the dog, and I'm going around the corner, and you know how there's always the kids like all the time playing. Yeah. So way down the street that way, like towards the church, that you hear these screams, like these kids are screaming, and I'm like, this bitch has got me out here walking the goddamn dog after I just watched that fucking movie, and I hear kids screaming down there. And then again, this is a constitutional carry state, so we both carry guns all the time. Yes. I'm like, I don't have my fucking gun on me. There could be fucking zombies. Like, it's terrifying. It totally fucks with you. So like seeing those movies. Like, I can imagine seeing Halloween and being afraid of Michael Myers or The Shape, whatever you guys like calling him.
And, like, the fact that his character alone wasn't super, like, gory, you know, like... Like, Jeepers Creepers, which I'm terrified of, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or Freddy.
Yeah.
You know, who's, like, super slasher, gore, blood, everything.
Oh, yeah, the first one, like, when Johnny Depp dies, it's just, like, a constant flow of blood. Yes. Like, okay, we both work in the medical field, and we can both... clarify there's not that much blood in a person no matter how hard you prune them. But
no matter what artery you hit.
Yes, no matter how much dumping you do. We both hunt too, and that was more blood than like we've both probably seen.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was I do like that too about the Michael Myers.
Just show up.
Yes, exactly.
Nowhere.
Exactly. There was no gore. It was just him there.
Whenever I walk out in the dark anywhere, to this day, I still can't. It's hard.
Yeah, just
when I go to walk the dog and like you said, like I have the flashlight with me. I look like a fucking crazy person.
Yeah, nobody out here hikes or walks their dogs with flashlights into the night.
And I'm just looking over my shoulder constantly. Like I cannot stand that unknowing feeling of what's in the darkness of the night.
Oh yeah, just like my last podcast, the Candyman one, I talk about
the
fear of the unknown. Like we always fear that. Even though it's irrational. Yeah. Like, I mean, granted, there are those crazies out there. We know them, like, as true serial killers that kill people that are caught out there alone. But, like, we're still afraid, even in our own homes. Yep. You come inside. Like, the first thing I do when I come inside, if Django doesn't come right up to me, I'm already on edge. I'm like, okay, who the fuck's in my house? Yeah. Where's my dog? Yeah. And then, like, but even then, like, I'll walk him around the block. Like, do my walk when I get home. And when I come back, I'm still like, all right, Django, you go in the house first. Go find them.
And he's such a little
he's a big old pit bull, but he's a fucking pansy. Yeah. But he'll at least let me know where they're at. Like, we've got guns stashed around the house. Like, if someone is in here, I'll be fine from the doorway all the way up to the room.
He won't,
No, he's a coward. We don't have to rely on him.
But even, like, earlier when we were watching the preview, kind of, the new Halloween movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just hearing
the music, the theme.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, my God. Oh, and then we watched that thing yesterday about the making of it, and John Carpenter was the one who wrote that. Yeah. Like, he did all the music because they, what was it, $300,000 I think was their budget. They said, and
it grossed over $1 million or so.
Yeah, I forgot. It was something. It was more than $1 million, but it was a couple million. And then I remember they were saying, because John Carpenter was like in the music, I guess, or whatever, or it was the guy that he met. I think that's how they all met. Yeah. Originally was like one of the guys.
I think they grew up together.
No, I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. We just watched it yesterday, but whatever. But yeah, John Carpenter, they didn't know who, they were like, we got to come up with like music. And John Carpenter's like, I got this. And they said he did it all in one night.
3 days?
Oh yeah, 3 days. That's what it was. 3 days. Yeah. He did all the music for the entire movie in 3 days.
Fucking song sticks to me to this day.
And everyone knows what it is. That's what I love. It's great about it. You know, people.
It's such an iconic sound.
So iconic. Yeah. Like, you can play that anywhere, and people are like, oh, that's the Halloween theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I remember one time I heard it, like, grocery shopping one day, and someone had it as their ringtone.
Oh,
and
that's
I
badass.
Seriously froze.
Oh, I remember when we first started dating, and you told me about that, and I thought it'd be funny to play it while you were sleeping, and you woke up and you started crying. You were like crying, and I was like, I felt so bad. Like,
you should.
Yeah, you were like seriously tormented.
Yeah.
About like Michael Myers and Halloween movies.
Like, for years past, from us living at that house, my grandmother would always dress as Michael Myers.
That's awesome.
And then from Halloween to the next Halloween, my dad would always put his mask in random spots in the house.
That is so funny.
And it would always be the garage. I would go to the garage, flip the light on, and I would see his mask. And I would just cry bawling. My mom would freak the fuck out.
That's so funny. Yeah. You want to tell our viewers who that face is supposed to be of?
Oh.
If not, I can do it for them.
I don't remember his name.
But do you remember what show it was from?
From the Star Trek show, yes.
Correct, yes. So when they went to buy the masks, there was one guy that was sent, and he's part of the art department. And because it was low budget, they were like, just go buy a mask. And we want it to be emotionless, blank face. Yes. And he went and he bought a clown mask. I forgot what the name of the clown was, but it was like an actual actor at the time. He bought the clown mask, went down right next to Spock mask. There was William Shatner, yes. Captain Kirk mask. And he was like, well, that looks pretty blank. Bought it, took it back to the art department, cut out the eye holes so they were bigger, like there were eyelids on it. So he cut the eyelids off.
Black.
Yeah, so there was more pure black blankness. Painted the whole thing white, like a blank white, because it was flesh color. It was supposed to look like William Shatner. And then darkened the hair. And then when they did the clown mask, they're like, okay, that's fucking scary. And then when they brought out the other mask, they were like, oh, fuck, that's it. That's the mask. And it's sold. It's perfect. Yeah. It's so emotionless that when he does the killing, like, I think it's better. It's also, I mean, look at Jason. When Jason kills, it's also emotionless, which is so much better than when Freddy kills. I mean, Freddy has his own swing. Yeah. Like, he shows that he enjoys it. Versus you got Jason and Mike Myers.
I mean, Michael, when he did, like, his kill and, like, the chick was up against the wall and he's, like, doing his head left to right.
Oh, yeah.
He's admiring
his work. Yeah, he's looking at his work and being like, he's enjoying it. And that's what's great because you can't see that in the emotions, but the way he carries himself, you can tell he's, like, enjoying what he just did.
Not really enjoying, but just admiring his work.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot better. Yeah. So what is your take on the whole franchise? You've seen most of the Halloween movies, and have you seen the Rob Zombie ones?
I don't remember. I feel like I've seen a lot of these, and for the most part, my eyes were covered watching them.
Oh, yeah. So now, for the viewers, you obviously are better now with Michael Myers and the whole Halloween franchise.
Yes. I can actually sit through them without covering my eyes or being...
Or crying.
Crying.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. But do you have, like, an opinion? Like, what do you think about them in general? Like, do you think they're good? I'll let you go first because I don't want my opinions to skew your opinion.
I mean, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Out of the majority of horror movies we've watched together, that is the one I cannot watch repeatedly.
Oh, yeah, like I do.
Exactly. Yeah. I cannot sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, you're sitting there scared the whole fucking time.
Even though I know what the fuck happens every single time.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that, like, he is just so slow paced when he goes to his killings. He's just there in the shadow, and then he goes, just, like, stabs, and then he kills.
Yeah, I feel like he's like an opportunist killer, which is scarier than someone... in my opinion, that has a mission. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, like, Jason Voorhees or even Freddy Krueger, like, they're less opportunist, I think. Like, Freddy's a good one where he hunts his victims through his dreams. Jason also kind of hunts his people down versus Michael Myers kind of reminds me of someone who could be walking down the street and be like,
oh, in his way.
Yeah, and he'll be like, oh, I'm going to kill them because they're in my way kind of thing. Like, and that's a lot scarier in my opinion because as, like, I could be taking out the trash and an opportunist killer could be walking by and just be like, oh, he's there, I'm going to do it. And that's the vibe I get from Michael Myers. Yeah. Granted, in the original movies, like, is going towards, like, his old home and hunting his sister.
His old stomping grounds,
Yes, he's hunting his family, which is Jamie Lee Curtis's character. He's trying to hunt her down.
She did phenomenally.
Oh, she killed it. She knocked it out of the park. I was so happy when they brought her back in the new movies. You saw the last Halloween that just came out.
I believe so.
Yeah, we went and saw it in theaters. Are you crazy?
Exactly. See, I don't remember these things.
Yeah. I have to say, I was not a fan that Danny McBride changed it, that Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis's character were not related.
What?
Yeah, do you not remember?
That's the whole, like...
Yeah, exactly. So in the movie,
the whole concept of the movie.
they kind of brush over it during the movie. They're like, "Oh, is it true? Like your mom," to the daughter, like, "Oh, is it true your mom's related to Michael Myers?" And they're like, "Oh no, that's something someone made up." And then I remember in an interview, Danny McBride was like, "I never thought it was that scary." I'm like, I think that's terrifying. You know,
right?
me like think about it when you watch the news. If this was like a real life thing,
yeah.
I feel if someone goes and is just hunting one person, kills them like a random. Doesn't really matter.
Right. They have really no connection with
yes,
them.
but a brother killing like a sister or trying to kill his family, that is 10 times
and
more
that's
morbid.
How he started off.
Yes, exactly. Oof. And in my last podcast when we talked about Candyman, I talked about I don't like when people revisit old horror movies and they change the story super drastically. And that's what he did, I felt. And I remember we saw the new Halloween movie when it came out in theaters. We saw it in theaters, and then that was it. I never went back and watched it. Because I was like, okay, that was cool.
I mean, that's
but...
just how I am with most of the movies.
Yeah. But I was just like, not like, I'm like, I don't want to go see that shit again. Like, he fucking changed the story.
I don't want to be disappointed again.
Yeah. Now it's just this mindless, like, killer hunting her for no reason. Like, maybe because she's the one that got away. Like, he didn't, like, fulfill his fantasy of killing her. Like, I don't know. Why would he still hunt her? You know what I mean? That was my opinion. Like, why is he still hunting Jamie Lee Curtis? If not that he has an actual connection.
She's a good-looking babe.
Yeah. Oh my god! In True Lies, when she does, have you seen that when she does like the striptease? If not, I gotta show you. I'll show you that after this. It's hilarious.
She's my woman crush.
Yeah. So like, it was just I don't know. I think that made Michael Myers hunting her scarier because it was family. That's morbid.
Right.
Like if let's say that happened to like you, like one of your brothers killed everyone, and you were the only one that survived. And he escapes, he escapes an asylum to focus on hunting you down. And that's what this franchise in the past was about. Like him hunting his family down, trying to kill the last of his family. Like that is more morbid than just like, oh, I didn't kill that one person and I need to kill her. Like I don't know.
That's the end of my bloodline.
Yeah.
Well, that's me, obvious.
Yeah. That's it's more of a connection. And I don't know. I could be wrong. Some people out there probably loved it. That was just my opinion. Like I did not think Danny McBride changing that was a good idea, even though he didn't find it scary anymore. Well, who cares, dude? Like, yeah, you're making the franchise for yourself, and you're making it the way you like it, but why tear apart the lore if you're going to continue on with the movie franchise? Like, you know, like Rob Zombie, when he did it, he went back to the beginning and started the franchise over and did 2 movies. Versus Danny McBride picked up where the last of the original Halloween movies took place and decided he's going to rewrite the whole script, which was annoying. I thought that was annoying. Again, other people might like it, but that was just my opinion. I don't know how you feel.
I don't remember those movies, honestly.
It's all good. I know I've seen all of the Halloween movies. I think the only one I've never actually finished, it's called Halloween Season of the Witch, I think. I should have done my research, but it's the one where honestly, he's not in it.
Terrible.
Yeah, he's not even in it at all. It's like more lore about. Yeah, it's awful. Like I remember watching it, and then like, it's like these people are kind of like how they keep him alive. I don't even know. Like
kind of like the Candyman, like a legend.
Kinda, it's more than that, but I just did not like it because I think I could be wrong. I should have done more research before we started this, but the one before that, he is in jail. And someone goes in and breaks him out. And then the next one, it's like there's like this cult that is like helping him or something. I don't remember.
Those I've never turned out well.
Yeah. I've never actually finished the movie. Like I was like everyone says it's the bad one. I remember watching it. I've never finished it. I've started it and being like, this is fucking awful. Like if I'm watching Halloween, right. I want to see fucking
Michael Myers.
Yeah, I want to see Captain Kirk killing people. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite kills that always sticks to me. There's a part where like the guy has the shotgun. He's trying to drop him, and he takes a shotgun from him, and it was the girl. He takes a shotgun and he puts the shotgun through the girl, and it goes all the way through the door, and he pins her to the door like that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, see, your memory's awful. Half these movies we bring onto this podcast, she's probably seen like 20 times with me. And it's like, yeah, I've never seen that.
Well, because I'm closing my eyes most of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and she's not like me, like where I can. I remember there's times when I was, what was it, the newest It movies.
Yeah.
You went and working night shift, and you came home in the morning. I was asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I was watching It, and I fell asleep. The new
All the
It
time.
movie too.
Yeah.
That's me. I'll be like, yeah, like what kind of fucking person falls asleep to watching like movies that made me shit my pants when I was younger? Like it's awesome. That's my personality. Yeah, so today's episode, we are going to be watching the new Halloween Kills. Like I said, my expectations are low only because I don't like what Danny McBride did. The movie was... I only watched it once, the last one, the one that Danny McBride did. And I guess it was good, I would say. I did like that because of the whole thing, he's like an opportunist killer on his way to the house. He was like going door to door, basically like killing people, and that's what I'm expecting to see in this one, is like him coming out of the fire, because obviously in the trailer we all see he comes out of the fire, he kills those firemen, and he just leaves a like mass murder, just like
bodies,
lays bodies all the way to like from point A to point B, and I think that's gonna be cool. In the trailer too, they bring back a lot of the old characters from the original franchise, which I talked about in Candyman. I like when they do that, where they bring people back. So I'm excited to see that.
That's like a part of the original storyline.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's so sick to see like them be like, oh, you know, these are the people that made this happen.
Exactly.
So we're gonna bring them in.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. Is there anything you're looking forward to, or are you just hoping? I mean, I haven't seen it. Okay. You haven't seen it. So it's called Halloween Kills. Maybe he dies at the end. Who knows?
See, okay, so this is what I was waiting for. In what I remember of Michael Myers, how many times have people tried to kill him?
Oh yeah, he's been blown away countless amount of times.
Shot,
burned.
Burn. He has not fucking died.
Yeah, because what does Loomis say? Do you remember what Loomis says? You can't kill evil.
Yep.
That's gonna be badass.
And I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, maybe, who knows, we'll see. Is this the movie where he actually dies?
Yeah, is this going to be the end?
And they take the mask off of him, and they actually bury him in the ground, and then done.
Yeah, you know? I know, like, it's cool, but, like, I love
that's like the part where it really fucks me up, where...
That he's still out there.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Hopefully we'll see. I mean, I would be, just because I don't like the direction they took the Halloween series, I would that would be cool to see him die and be done. And be like, this is the end.
I would be sad to see the franchise end. I mean, other people can take, like, different directions.
Yeah, like, or do what Rob Zombie did and start from scratch.
Yeah.
And do, like, the first movie over. Yeah. That would be cool. Like, I mean, even then, like, they're not really... I mean, they did do Friday the 13th again and Nightmare on Elm Street again. But even then, they started over. Which would be really cool to see if they do that with this, if anything. But who knows? I mean, in my opinion, Danny McBride already killed the franchise with the last movie. So... So let's see what happens. But
hopefully this new director does it better.
Well, it's still Danny. I don't know for sure, but I think Danny McBride is still involved. Oof. Well, I mean, he has to be, I guess, because they picked up right where he left off. But we'll see. Okay. I mean, it should be good. I'm excited. I've been excited to see this. I know.
I've been kind of putting it off.
Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to film it or not
and
film.
Tonight is the night before Halloween, so.
Yeah, it's Halloween Eve right now. So this would be, I want to have this recorded and done so we can post it on Halloween. I think that'd be great. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. So we're probably going to take off. Do you have any more final thoughts you want to leave them with about your opinions on Halloween?
I'm good.
You're good?
I mean, I want to see him dead, but at the same time, I don't want to see him dead because I love the story behind him.
Yeah.
But I want my torment to end.
Yeah, you want to be able to take the trash out and not worry about him standing there.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm super excited about it. I'm really... yeah, I just want to get it done.
Yeah. All right, so guys, we're going to take off. We're going to go watch the movie. We'll be right back. We're going to let you guys know our final thoughts on it. Maybe it's going to be like Candyman, where I start it thinking I'm going to hate it, and I get blown away. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be better. Maybe they do kill him. If you guys seen it, you guys know before us. Maybe he lives again, and they're going to keep coming back with more movies, which would be kind of cool, too. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Torment our kids in the future, you know?
Yeah, oh my God, I can't wait. Man, those poor fucking kids.
They're going to be great.
It's going to be great. All right, guys. Stick around. We'll be right back with you, okay?
Peace out.
Alrighty, and we are back. We just finished the movie.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
What did you think, Nelly? How did you like it?
Okay. There was some good, there was some bad, obviously, in every movie.
Yeah.
The whole hospital scene, that just irritated me.
Okay, real quick, just like before, spoilers are coming. If you haven't seen the movie and you want to see it before listening to the podcast, stop now. Yeah. Go watch the movie. Come back and listen. All right? You've been warned. If you're still listening, it's your fault. All right. What do you mean you didn't like it? Like, what was it?
Just like, was it the daughter that said, you guys are just sheep, just following?
Yeah.
Obviously, it was so chaotic. It was ridiculous. Just everyone trying to go find that one guy. And it wasn't obviously Michael.
Yeah.
And then the poor guy goes and kills himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of, working in a hospital. Like, why were there that many people just hanging out at the hospital?
Exactly.
Like, I don't get that. That was like, okay, well... I mean, I understand, like, the ones that were there, like, the characters, like, the one lady was there looking to see if her son was there.
Anyways.
People were bringing in loved ones that were either hurt or killed.
Yeah.
But it was, like, a full mob just hanging out at the hospital, and I don't understand that. I mean, I don't know, maybe I would see...
people, and it was just terrible.
Yeah, and then they just were able to, like, run freely through the hospital, like...
And the police weren't doing jack shit.
Yeah, and there's so many doors I know from working in a hospital that you have to badge in. Like, there's no way that they're chasing this guy around through an entire hospital. And hospitals are like mazes. Like, I was like, there's no way these fucking guys are able to, navigate this hospital. Because every time I start at a new hospital, it takes me, like, well over a month to figure out where the fucking cafeteria is. Like, it just is crazy. It was, I don't know. I was not a fan of that either, them running around the hospital chasing this one guy.
Yeah.
But I totally understand why they did it. That whole mob mentality. Like, I remember the officer was like, Michael Myers has made us the monsters. Yeah. Like, it's true. Like, that happens.
Exactly.
But out of fear, like, the things we do when we're afraid.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally a true thing that happens, which was pretty cool to see. But yeah, I did not like that scene very much either. I did like the movie too. Definitely really cool. A lot of gore.
The kill scenes were amazing.
Yeah, I love a good movie with, like, good kill scenes. I know there's one movie, I had only seen it once. It is a terrible movie. It's called Laid to Rest, and
I don't know that one.
No, yeah, it's a like B-rated horror movie. It is an awful movie, but the kill scenes are amazing. Yeah. That's the reason why I sat through the whole thing. I was like, this is a fucking cool movie, but the acting is horrible. It's about this, like, girl, she wakes up in a coffin, and then, like, there's, like, this slasher killer chasing her. And it's funny because the whole time they're like, oh, she keeps telling everyone I woke up in a box. And, like, the whole time she's like, I woke up in a box. Like, the whole movie. That's the whole movie. She keeps, I woke up in a box. It's just great. Like, there's, like, a part where they're like, oh, like, what's going on? She's like telling him, like, yeah, there's this killer chasing me, about telling him what's happening. They killed this many people. She's like, oh, and I woke up in a box.
Oh,
like,
God.
It's so funny. It's really bad.
It.
Yeah, it's an awful movie. But yeah. Yeah, Halloween Kills was pretty good. Like we said, spoilers are coming, so if you're still listening, it's your own damn fault. But I know we had talked before how we felt like if they're gonna kill him or if they're gonna let him live.
If it's gonna be like the end of the franchise.
Yeah. Well, how did you like the way they left it?
Like they said, like what the doctor says, you can't kill evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was, and like Jamie Lee, like narrating like how he just embodies evil.
Yeah, the more he kills, the more evil he is, the stronger he gets.
Powerful, yeah, and he's like feeds off of it. I'm kind of glad that they didn't kill him.
Me too.
But at the same time, obviously I want him to die because what he's done and how much he's tormented this family.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that whole end scene.
Oh yeah, when the mob.
Yeah,
I liked like the way she was talking to sound like she's like, oh, like he is fear and there's like only one way to kill fear or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like I'm like, oh, they're actually gonna like put him down finally.
Right.
And then like
for like that split second, he's like surrounded by all these people.
Already been blasted. Yeah. Already has a knife through his back.
Before that, he just looked. You can see like that little bit of fear he
had.
Yeah,
when he was completely surrounded
he's
and
like
he put
looking
that mask
back and forth, and he's like, I'm fucked.
Yeah, it made it look like he was going down. Yeah. And then right as the sheriff's about to put two in the back of his head, he just is up.
After he's already been beaten, stabbed, and everything.
Yeah, shot with that freaking magnum. Yeah. That shit was crazy. But yeah, that was really good. definitely liked it a lot. Um, I I do like the gore. I know the originals didn't have a lot of gore. I did like that kill scene where the couple who were living in the house when he squeezes his head.
Gosh.
That looked
the eyeballs popping
yeah,
out.
that
Ooh.
looked like old school like effects. It
Yeah.
was old school effects, not it didn't look like CGI, and I was like that kind of stuff makes me excited because I love like old school animatronics and effects, like especially in the 80s and early 90s, like with the movie The Thing, another good John Carpenter movie. I love the effects in that movie. So seeing something similar to that, like those old school effects when he pops that guy's head basically, was fucking cool. I was like, that shit always makes me excited in modern horror.
Compared to the very first Halloween movie, the one John Carpenter did, to this one, obviously there's more blood, there's more gore. Yeah. The kill scenes are definitely more gory, this one, compared to the first. But for some reason, this one didn't scare me. I was more kind of like excited to see the kill scenes.
Oh, yeah.
And the first one is just that eerie fucking feeling. Like he's just lurking there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And you have to worry about what's around the corner.
Exactly. And this one, you obviously see him. He's standing there in front of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And he does all the killings. And I don't know. This one, it didn't scare me. Yeah. And I was expecting to be scared. But I was just more intrigued and more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just super stoked to see the different kill scenes.
Yeah, I was super stoked to see like how he was gonna, just like I said in that Laid to Rest movie, awful movie, but the kill scenes were fun to watch. Like the way this one started with them with the fire department, and there's like 11 of those guys, and he just like tears through them. Like it wasn't even scary.
One guy had a fucking saw, and he used it against him.
Yeah, it was just super fucking crazy and cool to see like how he's gonna use these tools that everyone sees the fire department carrying. He's gonna use these tools to like butcher these guys. Like he took that Halligan, he took the axe, he took that saw, and just ripped through them like they were nothing. And that was pretty cool. Like you said, it wasn't as scary. Like and I wasn't as interested for sure. There were times I'm sitting there playing on my phone. Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
And we were carving pumpkins too.
Yeah, and we were carving pumpkins while we were watching the movie. But it like you said, not as scary. The old ones were definitely scarier. But also, I think part of that too is because it's the first of its kind. Like that we know how Michael Myers works. I know the last Friday the 13th movie that came out. I think it was in like the 2000s. 2012 might be too early. I mean late. I'm thinking. I think it came out before that. Definitely came out before I graduated high school. But that one, I remember talking shit before we went and saw it. I'm like, yeah, the whole Jason Voorhees. They're where they sit there, and it's always the same in the Friday the 13th movies. They're like looking at something, and when they turn around, he's just right there. Yeah. And then like nose to chest, and sure enough, in that movie, that's what they did. So it's hard like when you have a franchise where it's always the same thing, and you have to change it. You have to change the narrative. Like so, with today's world, I feel like we're less scared of like the boogeyman almost, but we're more afraid of the damages that will happen to us physically, especially with the news nowadays, where they show everything. Like they show everything. We see like what happens when a car bomb goes off, or there's an accident. There's just so much access to real life gore that that's what scares us. The thought of like falling out of a window and breaking our leg, that pain, or actually physically seeing that pain or that gore is more scary, I guess, in nowadays compared to like jump scares in a sense, I think, which is still good. I think with Michael Myers, I really like, it's not the typical, I turn around, he's right there. It's I think they say it in the movie when they're talking about how they're gonna ambush him, they're like, we're gonna make him think we're in one location and pop up another.
And that's what she did when she
at the end of the movie, which was cool.
And she's like, I got you.
Yeah, and that's like what was scary about Michael Myers is like you think he's in the closet. And then you go into that closet and he's not there.
And then he's behind you.
He's under the bed and he's grabbing your leg. Like, and it's not the whole, like I said with Jason Voorhees, where you turn around and he's just sitting there. You have to worry about, like, where is he hiding? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, I like the part too when they're searching the house and he knows he's at the end of the hall in that closet.
Yeah.
And he's creeping up. And then, of course, like, as a viewer who's familiar with the Halloween franchise, you're like, oh, he's gonna walk up to the closet and he's not gonna be in there.
Yeah.
And then the blood starts dripping from above him, and you're like, see, he's not there.
Yeah.
He's not in the closet. And then he looks at the hand, and when he looks up, he sees his dad. And then boom, Michael comes booking it out of that closet.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool because you're so used to that normality of like, this is how Michael Myers works. He's there. He's not where you think. But in reality, he was exactly where we all thought. He was in the closet.
Yeah.
And that was a good way to trick us and the characters in the movie. I thought it was pretty cool. I definitely think it's going to be kind of like the last one that came out back in 2018, where I probably won't ever watch it again.
No, I don't care to either.
Me neither. I remember we went and saw the 2018 one in theaters, and that was it. Never saw it again.
Yeah.
This one, definitely liked it, though. I thought it was fucking cool. I know.
And
he
kills the Jamie Lee's daughter.
Oh yeah.
I remember her name in the movie.
Me neither. Yeah, he burnt through all of the original cast too.
In the same room where he killed his sister, right?
Oh yeah. That was
looking
sick.
out that window.
That's all he wants to do. I bet he just wants to stand there.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah, how many people has he killed that are just standing there just because they're standing in his window? Yeah, this is my spot, bitch. Yeah. I know, like, again, like, try not to get political. I remember seeing posts before the movie came out how he killed that couple, the gay couple, and
that
they're
lived
like,
in the house.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, he's homophobic, and I'm like, yeah, just wait till they find out how many straight people he's killed. Then they're, he hates straight people more. No, it's not that. I hate when people read into things too hard. Like, no, he's not. He just is not prejudiced.
No.
He kills everyone. He just kills everything.
I don't think he's ever killed a child, right?
No, but in the other Halloween movies, he's like hunting down his niece, or I think it's his niece.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's hunting down his niece. I'm pretty sure. I mean, in this one, he did kill a child. He killed.
Oh yeah.
That kid that stole those guys' candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again off camera kill, but it was still super cool. He's just standing there holding that bloody masks. I know in TV, I don't think it's in movies. I'd have to do some research, but I know in TV you can't show a child like directly getting killed.
What?
Yeah, like so when Walking Dead first came out, the first season, I think the first zombie kill is actually it's in the comics too, where the child is like walking towards him, that zombie kid, and he has to shoot it. Well, they had to work their way around that scene because they couldn't show him in the same sequence, like him actually shooting the child.
Okay.
So they had to figure out a way. I guess it was super cool because I used to read the comics before the show back when I was in like junior high or even elementary school. I was reading them in elementary school, and I was like super stoked they were making a show, and then they destroyed it. And I haven't seen it in forever. But yeah, like that scene, I thought it was so cool that they had to like find a way to work around how they filmed this, where he's shooting the girl. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if that's the same in movies. I'm trying to think back in movies where there's monster movies where like kids get eaten, but Oh yeah, well in The Blob, have you seen the 1980s version of The Blob?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's a good one. I love that movie. I'm probably gonna watch it today because
Halloween.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for Halloween. But yeah, in that one they show like kids getting eaten by the blob. Yeah, so that's just it can't be a rule on movies, but definitely TV. I know you're not allowed to they can't show like kids getting directly like killed. Like,
I remember seeing
something.
like on social media, someone had like made props of Michael, Jason, Freddy, and some other person, and they had a sign posted on the table said those teenagers deserve to die.
That is
and that's like his thing. Like he would like from like the first movie, it was gonna be the killer babysitter or something like that. The original title. Of the movie.
Babysitter murders or something like that, or the babysitting murders. Yeah, that was the original title for you guys that don't know. They were gonna call it the babysitter murders or the babysitting murders. And
terrible.
And then they were like, why don't we just name it off of the holiday it's supposed to be on Halloween? Which I guarantee you, if they didn't change that name, it would not be as popular.
No.
Especially on like the holiday, like. connecting the movie with the holiday is what
and, like,
sold it.
He comes out once a year.
Yeah, he only the whole franchise is around that date. It just makes it 10 times better. I guess a good one's like this: When a Stranger Calls. No one knows. No one really that's not a franchise really that everyone remembers because it's the same thing. It's a babysitter and she's getting like a phone call.
Yeah.
And some guy's trying to kill her. Like.
So there was So back to the point where at the end when he's surrounded by that mob and you can tell like he's a little nervous.
Oh yeah, he was scared.
For that split second, I kind of felt sorry for him.
You did? Yeah.
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 I'm like, he knows he's fucked. He knows what he did, and now it's payback, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And they're beating the fuck out of him. And just looking back to how he started as a 6-year-old kid.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, in this movie, the one cop guy was like, oh, yeah, I knew Michael as a kid. He would pull butterfly wings.
No, he was the one guy was asking like, was he the kind of kid that would pull butterfly wings off a butterfly and watch what happens? And he's like, no, he was totally normal for the most part or whatever.
And I'm like, what happened to him that made him this way? You know?
Oh yeah.
Like, why did he have to start out that bad?
Yeah, like what?
At such a young age.
Evil just struck him. It's like evil got a hold of him, and he just went for it.
Yeah.
I did like to the little bit of backstory we got from those two officers interacting.
Yeah,
that was really good. But it definitely solidified like how he's like, yeah, he used to just stand and stare out of his sister's bedroom, and then
and that's where it ended.
Yeah, and then I liked where like the officer was like, yeah, he's just looking into a town where nothing interesting happens, but he's only 6 years old. I can see like I know I was in a little YouTube horror movie that my buddies did when we were younger. Where it was about our town where we were from, where nothing happened, and it's about kind of that where it's a boring town and nothing happened, so this guy just decides he's gonna be killing people. I remember in that movie that we did, he's like, it was around the time when the Apple Store opened up in the mall, and then he even says like the killer guy is like, yeah, he's like, nothing ever happens here, man. Like the coolest thing to happen in this town is the fucking Apple Store opening, and it was perfect. It was good, and that's where like. I don't know if they're trying to change the story where they're giving Michael Myers an excuse, and that's why he did it. But he's only 6 years old. Yeah. He's not a 6-year-old wouldn't understand that nothing's happening in this town, so I'm going to make something happen, which was kind of cool.
I wish they would give more Dr. Loomis's point of view because he's a doctor. You know?
Well, yeah, he's dead now in the franchise, but in the originals, I feel they did. If you go back and watch them, Loomis definitely has a lot of opinions. Okay. You gotta just go back and revisit those movies.
I feel like he was just so fascinated by him too.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like he was more trying to protect everyone from this evil. Like Loomis understood the evil that Michael Myers presented and the evil he was. So he's like, he thought, he took it upon himself that it was his job to protect the world from Michael while also trying to protect Michael. And then, of course, in the later, it was more about destroying this evil while also trying to protect everybody.
But didn't in this movie, they asked Jamie, how did he know where you lived?
Well, it was a different doctor. He had two doctors.
I don't remember who asked him that, but...
It was, well, yeah, they said, how did they find out where Jamie lived? And it was because... Michael Myers' new doctor, because Loomis is dead, he's long gone, was the one obsessed with trying to get them together to see what would happen.
Gotcha.
And
that's why I'm mixing them up.
Yeah, because Loomis has been dead in the franchise for a long time. He's out of the picture. Yeah, yeah, he's gone.
My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it was good. I do like the part. To how they were saying, I think it was the officer that said it, Hawkins, and he's like, oh, he's a adult. No, he's a 6-year-old in an adult's body. Like,
an adult. No, what did he say?
He's a 6-year-old mind in an adult's body because that's what happened. He killed his family when he was 6 years old, and then went right into a insane asylum. There was no education or like he's thrown into this asylum where. Everything he learns, like everything that his brain develops, his whole life developed in this nut house. Yeah. And then him breaking out in all the other movies and just doing nothing but murder. Like he's
That's a 6-year.
He's still a 6-year-old kid doing these, like mentally, and he doesn't understand.
Where I feel sorry for him because he doesn't know anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's sitting there and those guys start kicking his ass. He's like sitting there, you know, in his mind, he's still like a 6-year-old child. He has like, the mentality of a child, and he's sitting there getting his ass whooped, and it's kind of like it can be a little sad when you think about it, but then. Like, of course.
Think of all the bad he's done.
Yeah, it's not super crazy to think, like, these people. That was the other thing, too. This whole town's been tormented since, what, the 60s? When, was it the 60s, I think, when he killed his family in the first one? And then as he grew up, all the way up until today's modern day, 2018, 2000. Well, yeah, because it went. This last one took place in 2018, and it's the same night. So technically, like, from the 60s all the way up to 2018.
And everyone in that town always knew of the boogeyman.
Yeah, exactly. And then especially, like, those people that still live there, like, dude, if I lived in that town, I would, and, like, I was physically involved in that situation.
Why
like,
would I still be there?
I would have left. Like, if it was me and my baby, like, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy, Tommy's character, Tommy, like Jamie Lee Curtis was his babysitter back in the day.
I like how they brought all the old characters.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Nice. But like he was there when that happened as a child, and like I wouldn't want to live there. Like how do you walk down the same streets? How do you walk around town knowing like my babysitter like almost got us all murdered, and my friend's babysitter across the street, her and her boyfriend got killed, like that.
Rack up the body count. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah, I could not live there.
And the fact that the couple actually lived in that house, I could not.
I know in, like, the original franchises and stuff, like, they had like, the house was always for sale, but no one would buy it because of that.
Of course not.
Yeah, why would you want to live there? I mean, granted, like, there's shit. I mean, back in the old time, I think I was telling you last night about that cat. Like, remember the cat that got attacked by a coyote, and me and my bud, we saved it. And it was the middle of the night, and we're, like, trying to knock on people's houses to be like, hey, like, your cat, do you have a cat? We just say this cat was being dragged by a coyote, and we just stopped it. And no one would answer the doors, because at the time around the corner, there was a murder at the house. And I'm like, we're going to get fucking shot out here. We're trying to save this cat. And, like, there's a murder that took place last week at the house around the corner. Like, and now that house is sold again. So, of course, like, people are still going to move into those homes. Like, that would be rough. In a town where serial killer status, like, I don't know, like, if anyone's living in the home Richard Ramirez lived in, or renting the apartment that Jeffrey Dahmer used to live in, or I know John Wayne Gacy's house they tore that down. I don't think that I think there's just a little plot of land there. I don't know if they ever built a house over that, but I know there's a lot of those other serial killers, like, someone's living in their house now. Yeah.
But the fact that, like, he always goes back to that same house, like, why would they still keep it there?
True that. If they know he's gonna come back there.
Yeah.
Like, if he ever breaks out again, like, I'd wait till he's gone.
Not if, when.
Yeah, when. Yeah, because it's a constant. It's just like Joker with the Batman. Or all the Batman bad guys. They always get out somehow. Yeah. And that's literally with Michael Myers. Do you have any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with about the movie?
I mean, yeah, y'all should watch it. It was good. I enjoyed it. Won't watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm good. He still scares me. I can't stand that mask. But damn, that Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Would recommend seeing it. If you liked the last one, definitely see it. I was not a huge fan. I don't like that they changed the story a little bit. I know we talked about in the first part how I felt about how they changed the franchise. Definitely really cool. Lots of good kill scenes if that's your thing. Lots of gore. Takes a lot to make me jump, so if I didn't jump at all.
That one was a good one.
Oh yeah, right in the beginning. Yeah, that was awesome.
Good one, sorry.
But if you like the last one, definitely see it. If you like the franchise, definitely see it. Yep. Was really cool. I will not probably watch it again. Maybe I don't like. I know the last one. The probably reason why I haven't watched the last one over again was because I'd have to fucking pay for it. I'm not gonna pay for a movie I didn't love. Like, especially I don't own the Halloween franchise movies just because it's always on TV. They're always on AMC. I know,
that's like the one collection you don't have.
Yeah, that's like, well, because it's always on TV. Yeah. Like, there's always ways to find it. So the last one that came out, I didn't buy. So I'm probably not going to buy this one. I'll watch it again if it's on a streaming service.
So I wonder how they're going to continue this franchise now that Jamie's daughter is dead, but the granddaughter is still alive.
And Jamie's character is still alive, too.
So are they going to team up? And
well, then so is Hawkins is still alive. The other cop is dead.
Yeah.
So that the one from the original, he's dead. So we'll see. I think they're going to keep it going. I think they said, I don't know if you remember at the end, she was like, we'll get him if he survives tonight. We'll get him next time he pops up,
or next Halloween.
Or next Halloween, yeah.
Yep.
So that'd be cool if they. I know with COVID, it's been hard for them to film, and again, this movie came out in 2018, and we've waited till now for it to come out. I don't know if they're gonna pick up right where they left off, or if they're gonna be like, I don't know. Who knows if they're gonna wait? It would be cool with COVID calming down. Hopefully, they can start filming and do come out with a movie next Halloween, or
that would
we have
be
to wait
cool
a bit.
To see the grandmother and the granddaughter team up.
Yeah,
because I feel like the mom was the one like, hush, hush, let's not talk about it.
Oh yeah, she's running around in a Christmas sweater, like Halloween doesn't
Crazy
exist.
Person.
Yeah, I do. I think the franchise would be cool if they keep it going. I like that they didn't molest the storyline too much about like what I didn't like how they're making it so that Jamie Lee Curtis's character isn't actually related to Myers,
right?
Which was I thought was annoying. They didn't bring it up again, which was cool because if they brought it up again, I'm like, oh, like yes, we get it. You changed the story. You're such a cool director. like oh my god,
so original.
Yeah, so original. Like Jesus. So I like that they didn't touch on that too much. But yeah, it was a good. Yeah, it was good. I would love to see where they're gonna keep going with this franchise. I know. It would be cool to see Jamie Lee Curtis. I know back in I forgot which one it was. I think it was the one that came out after Halloween 2000, I think, where she's in an insane asylum and he goes there to kill her. That's how the movie starts, and like he pulls her off the building, like kills her. So like I wonder if like they're gonna try and because they killed a lot of the OG actors like characters. I wonder if they're gonna try to write her out. But I think that the only reason why I wouldn't think that'd be a good idea is because it's been so good having Jamie Lee Curtis in this to make that connection and making it like I don't know, it just worked out really well having her in this.
Yeah.
And hopefully they don't write her out. Hopefully they keep her around and hopefully they keep kicking ass. Loved it. Again, like I said, go watch it, guys. If you didn't watch the last one, watch the last one. If you don't like the Halloween franchise, shame on you. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for us. Thank you for listening.
Thank y'all.
And I hope you guys have a great Halloween. This will be coming out on Halloween Day. So it's Halloween right now. So you guys better enjoy maybe while you're driving around to your parties, getting ready for trick-or-treating, getting ready in your costumes. Enjoy and have a great Halloween, guys.